Thoughts from the Trail. I'm Scott Anderson.
Well, hello from the trail. Have you ever had an experience where you couldn't consciously remember a number, such as maybe someone's phone number or your ATM pin or your code to get into your phone? However, even though you couldn't remember it, when you looked at it, you were able to enter the numbers correctly without consciously thinking about it. In this case, we have practiced it so much that our body knows better than our mind. Our fingers are able to automatically enter the code without us consciously thinking about it. This is an example of when the body knows equal to or better than our conscious minds. Remember, we've been talking about thinking, doing, and being, and exploring whether we can go straight from thinking into being. We can repeat actions, behaviors, and emotional reactions without much conscious thought because we have trained ourselves to those. And there's lots of examples of how we do that in our lives. And some of those are good, and unfortunately for many of us, some of them are less than good. In earlier messages, we have discussed the idea of going into a state of being. And remembering numbers like this example is just one very, very tiny, minor way. However, when this happens, we're creating a new neurochemical self in our brains, in our cerebellum. And this is how we subconsciously remember things like the phone numbers just by looking at it. One way of knowing that you're in a state of being is when you try to describe something, an action, a thought, or whatever, without being able to put it into words because it has been subconsciously ingrained. If we're going to move from the process of thinking, doing, and being, and to go straight from thinking into being, then of course we have to know what it feels like to be in a state of being and when we have achieved it. And when we have achieved our desired behaviors, actions, and emotions, then we make happiness an ingrained part of our lives. And by golly, I think that's a terrific goal. Well, I hope you'll give that a little thought today. I know I'm continuing to think about it, that we can exhibit those behaviors and make them become automatic, the positive behaviors, just like we have done so with some negatives, but we can really set those behaviors in motion and make them part of our being. Something to think about today. It's kind of deep. We'll be talking more about it in the future. Anyhow, I wish you a great day, great weekend. May you be blessed. See you next time.